Yay!
Hi everyone, we're live.
Hello everybody, we're live, guys.
Catherine, we can't see your shirt. Won't say anything else.
Rochelle.
Hi Rochelle.
Hi guys.
Lovely to you.
What date is today?
It's June the 10th.
10.
And what are we celebrating today?
Our
I didn't even realize that.
Videoversary.
Woo!
Our Videoversary. Well, I sound really good. It's our Videoversary, guys. Can you imagine? It's 10 episodes, 10 whole episodes. What were we thinking? Do you remember when we actually sat down and we were like, why don't we do this? And I was like, I hate lives.
Yes.
Yep.
And you guys ignored me. What a good thing you guys ignored me. Thank you. God bless you.
I know it's actually funny because I was actually trying to remember when we decided to do this.
Yeah, I was trying to scroll through our chats, but we chat a lot. So that would have taken me 705 years. So I just it was like 10 weeks ago.
Right.
And we just decided that we're going to do it. We asked people what day of the week they wanted.
Yes.
Ended up with Wednesday at 8 o'clock. And remember, our thing was like, we need to call a couple of our friends to make sure that we actually have people on.
Yeah.
We just chat to each other because we like talking to each other anyway. And it has grown to how many subscribers on YouTube?
Well, as of today, it's over 500. So that's really exciting. We're YouTubers.
We're YouTubers. And that certainly wasn't a part of the plan.
We're cool people. That's we're like, does that improve our cool factor?
I don't know. I mean, I think we'd have to ask the audience if that. I'm not sure. I think my son thinks it's cool because he thinks it's cool.
And we have a special guest next week that's a YouTube expert that's going to tell us if we're cool kids or not.
We're cool. Yeah. I feel nice to see, like when I go on the YouTube and I see our picture. Like how you would go for YouTube and you see other people and think, here we go.
And you're like, that's me.
I mean that.
For our audience, this is our 10th anniversary celebration. It's the 10th anniversary of our videos on YouTube and Facebook.
Right.
We pivoted. We had just, in fact, completed our. You remember we had a workshop on the 29th of February. And pretty much the following week, we were like, what do we do? Do we just sit down and wait for COVID? And we thought we would have our Detour Essentials because guess what? This year our theme was the journey, right? Because we are journey mapping. And a part of the journey sometimes is that you get to roadblocks and you have a detour under construction or the road tear wet, like the COVID. So you have to take a detour. And we have had some amazing people that have detoured with us over the last couple of weeks. And today we get to share screen space with some special ladies who we have on with us tonight.
Well, we're not sharing that quite yet because I know one of the things we wanted to share was just some of the behind the scenes. Because we actually kind of don't just
show up.
We just show up, right? There is planning that actually goes in place for this, and we have an amazing team that works with us. 2 amazing women. They like to say behind the scenes, but they know who they are, and we are so excited to have them on board. They keep us together to ensure that we have a great show lined up for you guys each week. So we have to choose which guests we want to have on. So we discuss with the audience as well as amongst ourselves, what's happening right now, who do we want to talk to, what are some of the things that we want to ask. So there's a lot that goes into choosing who actually comes on the show with us. And then we have our executive producer, Rochelle, who actually plans our program. So she actually details for us to ensure that we're on track with timing. We ask the right questions. I mean, I'm actually looking at our thing right here that Rochelle created, right? To stay on track, which we're very grateful for. So
I'm the retentive one.
And then we have lots of meetings. Lots of meetings. And when we go back to having in-person meetings, there'll be lots of eatings too. And then Rochelle, stop it. But one of the things we always do is before we go live, and our guests that are backstage know this, we always start with prayer. You know, just because we are so grateful for this opportunity to serve. We are grateful for this opportunity to use our platform to share with you, to hear about others' experiences, and to help you all as you still continue to map out your own journey, especially during this time. So we are so thankful to have you here with us today. We have some amazing followers and fans and emergers that have been following us every single week since we started. You'll meet some of them today. So those are actually our special guests. But I know before we invite them on, we haven't done our intro.
Oh. Let's take a deep breath, Roshi. Can we get it right today? You first. You first, Roshi.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rochelle Cameron from the clan straight out of the Lucky Hill, St. Mary. I'm an attorney at law, a people builder, and international speaker. My hobbies are coming on Ready to Emerge, introducing myself with all of this shoulder move. How is you and I?
Let me go, but she's a pro. Hi, everybody. I am Kathy Goodall, and I am one of the co-founders of Emerge. I am a closer and a connector of dots, people, and businesses and brands.
Wow, Kat.
Hi. Better catch with.
I love that. And my name is Doris, and I'm also known as a PR chick, and I help individuals to get clarity on who they are, understand their unique value, and how to communicate it to their ideal audience. I'm also a member of the Emerge Trio.
True.
And a budding polo Olympic star.
And Baker, apparently.
Make access to this. So.
Rochelle.
Hold on. So we get this on Friday. Now I bake some cinnamon rolls. We now got to give the whole backstory because she nearly getting in trouble. So in the Friday before the curfew, me hear our car screech up to my door, and there was this one cinnamon roll. Now, under normal circumstances, I would have been critical and said, where are the rest of the cinnamon rolls? You really come here with one? But I was so grateful. Make I tell you no. Uno find one husband finna your bed. I tell you, she had it in a piece of foil. And you know when you eat something and it have like icing thing in the foil. And when you finish,
you suck off the foil.
And you say to yourself, here's a big woman, you're over 40. Throw away the file. But you just turn off the lights and you lick the foil clean. Make I tell you, nine, y'all can bake. You can bake nine. You can bake.
Thanks, Rosh. Thank you. We can go back to our schedule, our program, right?
Back to the regularly scheduled programming.
So are we going to, I can't remember what we decided earlier, if we were going to go to our clip first.
So guys, we have a highlight reel for you that we did. And without further ado,
I'm Naomi Garrick, also known as the PR Chick, and I'm a personal branding coach and also the founder of Garrick Communications, a boutique PR agency here in Kingston. As a coach, I help individuals to get clarity on who they are, understand their unique value, and how to stand out in a noisy world by simply being themselves.
It's her birthday. Why she is allowed to just.
But can I go next, please? I have to go next. My name is Michelle Cameron, and I wear the sash of Lovely Hill St. Mary. My hobbies are becoming a law one Naomi.
It's a plastic show.
Guys, last week here because I didn't give the whole thing, so you know I want to make sure that
It's just her birthday this week. We're going to allow you to just.
Okay, Rochelle.
So my name is Rochelle Cameron. That's it. I think my plan speaks for itself. I don't know what to say. I'm thinking that recitation. Annoying.
So I'm Kathy Goodall. Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
So now you guys are going to make me look like I'm just extra. Last week said that I did not do my full
Okay, everybody. Now, are you going to do your usual introduction today? You want to start?
Why do you have to say it like that?
Go ahead now, darling.
Okay, thank you. So hi guys, my name is Naomi Garrett, also known as the PR chick, and I am a member of the Emerge Trio. I'm also a personal branding coach and the founder of Garrett Communications.
We're going to get it right one week, Rishi. Hi, everybody. I'm Kathy Goodall. I'm a leadership and growth accelerator and one of the Emerge Trio as well. Welcome.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rochelle Cameron. I am a part of this trio. My parents are
hailing from
Francine. I'm making fun of my friend's introduction.
All right. Who is most likely to watch a Netflix marathon?
Yeah, me.
No,
No, that's not true.
Next.
That's not true. From what, yeah, that's not true.
Brand designs does not count.
we watch Netflix until episode in a time we did. Netflix and sign rather.
True marathon and full show. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's probably half and half.
Probably, yeah.
Buy the best gift.
Sorry?
Buy the best gift.
Who is most likely to buy the best gift?
100.
Listen, I am the gift. I am the gift that keep on giving.
Oh boy.
I gave so much, I don't have nothing more to give.
Okay.
Who is more likely to spend more money?
On food, on the supermarket. Who is most likely to spend more money on things?
Then I don't care. I don't care.
We don't care? Oh my god. I want it because body mostly promises.
She get up. You don't know
Now we're moving into the karaoke segment.
Why would it have a sense?
So, guys, I just want you to know that those last two videos that you saw is what I have to go through after we come off of our live every single week. These two have no behavior. None.
But you know that TikTok move, you know that little worm thing that they do?
Right. So that was Roshi practicing her TikTok.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
And
That's a little teary eyed.
So every show we close after we come off of with you guys, and she starts her karaoke, okay? Because she thinks she's a singer in real life.
I am a singer in real life.
You are.
Now I remember what we told you. We told you last week.
We'll talk about that after the show, Catherine. Let's go on to our program.
Okay.
Oh guys, you know what? Watching that, I can't believe we actually set this goal and we just did it. And I think the biggest lesson certainly for me is that sometimes you just don't overthink things.
Yeah.
Just do it.
And do it.
Yep.
And it has been like flying a plane while we're fixing it as we go along. And I think if we had and thought it out too much, we would not have done this, and we would not have had 10 weeks of just absolute glorious fun with our emergers. And I said, oh, pal, Gabby, Gavin, why do I sound like that? Ren, Kerry, Kimala. I like when I use that voice. So we have any giveaways. Would have anything? We get a cup there from now. Give me a giveaway.
Oh, we have lots of giveaways.
We have lots of giveaways.
I didn't know we were going to start the giveaways like right now. I thought we were going
to.
If you looked at our running order, you'd see that's where we are.
You can actually do 2 giveaways now.
Oh. So to celebrate with our emergers, I'm following the script now, guys. We have 10 giveaways tonight. It doesn't say that I'm supposed to actually do a giveaway right now, though, Rochelle. That's not what it says.
Yes, it says 2 giveaway questions, Naomi, to celebrate with our emergers. We are giving away 2 giveaway questions.
All right, awesome. So the first question is name 3 guests that have been on Emerge Detour Essentials. Just put it in the comments now. 3 of our guests, and you will win a prize.
So we have prizes from our partners, NCB Capital Markets. We have prizes from Catherine Speak Water. And of course, we have prizes from the Emerge Trio.
Yes. Oh,
Oh my God.
Tammy and Sandor. There you go.
Awesome. Sean, you are a winner. You're a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. What does he get, girls?
Well, Sean, because I was taking up this rather sparkly notebook, but we have
we can't give
a more manly version of the notebook that comes along.
We could give Sean one of our male boss t-shirts.
That's right.
You're so smart. You went to Campion?
Immaculate.
Okay.
But I went to Mona Prep.
Next question, Nai.
Okay, second question. So I don't know if anyone...
Wait. Gabby says that Wayne and Tammy count as one.
No. They're two.
Gabby, stop hating.
No, Gabby.
Next question.
So I don't know if any of you have noticed, if you're a real emerger, you would have noticed that usually Catherine Goodall has a sign that's behind her all the time. It's not there today because we knew we were given a prize for that sign. So if someone can tell me what's on the sign in Kathy's background, usually on Emerge, you get a prize.
Go on through, Gabby. I your own that, Gabby.
Her defense, for full transparency, that's my sister. But she's never seen the sign in real life, so she can get the prize.
You know, Nai, I just saw your face a while ago as Veda started barking. You want to say to Veda, I'm on a live.
I do want to say that to you.
But you know what, guys? This is our real life. And in our real life, babies cry and we have to go on mute. And Veda, who is actually a horse dog, because he is like, maybe. and scary, but he's a good guy.
And his tail is very heavy.
And that's actually his inside bark. That's his soft bark. That's his soft bark. You don't want him come at the gate back after you. You run like tooth. Anyway, guys.
What is Gabby winning?
Gabby.
Tracy says she'll accept on behalf of Gabby.
So Gabby gets one of our I Am Enough Emerge notebooks. This is and a pen. And this is actually a very important phrase for us, because one of our key themes throughout everything that we do is that we are all enough. So I am currently enough with all the vagaries of life, all of my own issues, and as my literature teacher would say, tragic flaws. We are whole, perfect, and wonderfully and fearfully made. We are enough. So if nothing else you remember on our 10th anniversary, you are enough.
I am enough.
Awesome. We're gonna ask Sean if you could just drop your email address, if you don't mind, in the comments. Oh, somebody already put that. Great. Okay, Ready to Emerge is we're on top of things. Great. All right, so that's it for giveaways for right now. We still have 8 more to go, so stick and stay.
Okay, somewhere.
We want to make sure that our fans don't go anywhere.
Okay. Okay, so Rashi, who is emerging with us today?
So today we have 4 of our emergers. And to keep the suspense going, you think we should have tell them the 4 of them one time?
No, we should put them in one at a time.
One at a time. So our first emergers are Kemoy, Kayan, Duhaney, who hails all the way from New York. New York.
Hi.
Hi. Merca.
Hello, everyone.
And we also have our very own Alicia Taylor.
Hi, Alicia.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Alicia. Here, nice. You look good, girl.
Thank you.
From right here in Kingston, Jamaica. Kingston representing. Our viewers, please let us know if you're joining us from overseas, because we like to big up our foreigners, you know.
And even if you're not joining us from overseas, let us know in the comments where you're joining us from, whether it's Kingston, Lucky Hill, wherever it is.
Where? Montego Bay.
All right, guys, we are so excited to have you both on the show, and we want to just take the time to really thank you for emerging with us. I know, Kemoy, you have been to some of our actual events as well. You participate in a lot of the stuff we do online. And so I want to ask both of you, how have you been enjoying our Emerge Detour Essentials over the last 10 weeks? Since Kemoy's mic is already unmuted, I'll start with Kemoy and then I'll go to Alicia.
So what I liked about it, with everything that happened that was so unexpected, it kind of it's refreshing, because I literally have it in my calendar every Wednesday night to like watch you guys. So it's very refreshing with everything that's going on in the world. This is kind of like my escape and kind of like some enjoyment, because every time I think of, oh, I was supposed to go to Jamaica to do this or to do that, like this is my connection, and I'm learning from you guys at the same time, and learning from also the audience that's also in the YouTube comments. So it's been very uplifting and enlightening, and I always feel empowered and feel good from watching you guys, and even after.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kemoy. Thank you so much. And Alicia.
I find it very interesting that Kemoy used the word refreshing, because that's exactly what I was going to say. Because it definitely surpassed any expectations that I may have had. It's been dynamic and fun, and it's just because you guys keep bringing something different every week, you just have to tune in to see what's going to happen. So absolutely wonderful every week.
Oh, we love that. We love you guys. Thank you so much.
I'm getting all
I know, Rochelle will ugly cry, guys. What happened today? What I want to ask you guys, I mean, you saw some clips from some of our favorite scenes, even just doing the show. You got to see what we do behind the scenes as well when the cameras are off. but still kind of on. But we'd love to know what have been some of your favorite episodes so far. So Kemoy, what has been your favorite episode, or if you have more than one favorite episode so far?
I like something from each episode. I would say my I don't think I have a favorite per se, but I will say the unexpected that I liked a lot when you had Richie D on, and you had like the whole I really like that, because normally when those things come on, if someone has a live, I shut it off. But it was actually really, really good. And then to see him on a versus battle, I was like, oh wait, I saw him before.
Yeah, we gave you guys a preview.
Yeah. I liked when you had is her name Mara from Mara Made?
Yes.
I really liked her story and her like career pivot, and she because what I like about every episode is that you have people who come on and it's not a fluffy interview, meaning like everything is like surface level. Like people actually tell you like what they're really thinking. They actually give you like really useful tips and advice that you could like execute. It's not just something that's just fluffy and it just sounds nice. It's something that's very tangible and that anyone can relate to it, whatever stage they're at in their personal life or in their career.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you. Alicia, any favorites for you?
Yes. So this was hard. I was thinking about it and I said, I can't really choose. But then when I sat and thought about it some more, I came up with two favorites. One was Meet the Mitchells session that you guys had. Just the way that Tammy was looking at Wayne at times, it showed so much love between the both of them. I thought that was just wonderful. And just the sheer amount of laughter that happened that night was ridiculous.
Yes.
It was from the start to the end, I was laughing. So that definitely stood out. And then like Kemoy, I liked the Richie D's section. But
you're very hard.
So are you, Kathy, because my favorite part was your gun finger when I was like, come on, help Kathy and her gun finger, please. For me, those two definitely stood out for sure.
So what were some of your key takeaways from any of the 10 episodes so far?
You want me to go ahead first?
Sure.
Okay. So I write down some of the things, and I think two main sessions that I really took something to heart from. One would have been when Garfield was on and he said, there is good in the mess. I think I was having a kind of bad week, and it kind of helped me to stop focusing on what was happening that I thought was bad, and to focus so that I could gain a different perspective and grow from what was happening. So I stopped focusing on the bad and looked at what I could gain from it. So that's definitely stood out from I heard it till today, just to focus on the good that's in the mess of all that's happening right now. And then the next would have been from Tammy when she said to surrender what you think you would have been and accept who you are.
Amen.
Yeah. So,
that's a word right there.
Yeah. So it reminded me that I didn't need to fulfill anyone else's blueprint of what I should be, but my very own. So yeah, those two stood out for me for sure.
Wow. Kemoy.
Wow. I don't know how I'm going to follow that. So you said the question was, what are the biggest takeaways from the 10 episodes, right?
Yeah.
I don't have one specific. What I will say that I like is that you guys are very consistent. So like the aspects of having a tribe, and I feel like in every episode, like each person always talks about like they have a support system, and everyone's support system looks different. So you have people that you could go to that could give you honest and real feedback. I know Kathy's very big on mentorship. So I mean, like when Adam, is his name Adam Stewart? The Sandals, like he talked about mentorship, and how when he had a mentor and this person just brought him into different arenas, and it gave him experiences that he thought that he would never have unless that person brought him on. So it's really about having a really good support system and finding people that you trust and finding people that's going to be honest with you, and just so overall you can feel empowered.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So what keeps you guys coming back every week?
I would say for me, it is the surprise. So I try to avoid seeing who is coming each week. It doesn't always work, but I try. Because I want to be surprised so that I'm not creating any expectations or preconceived notions of what they might speak of. So for me, it's to come and see and to learn. And no one can talk to me on a Wednesday night between 8 and 9:30. That's emerge time. So yeah.
Kemoy,
Wait, I forgot. Sorry, what was the question?
what keeps you coming back?
To be honest, is you guys. I feel that you guys are authentic and genuine, each as individuals, and also when you come together, I think is really powerful. And it's like you guys practice what you preach, and in every show, like I said, I learn something new in every show, and I always, like I said, the goal is like when you watch this show, like it's not that I like the word empowered, like that's how I feel every time I watch or consume any programming that you guys do as individuals or what you guys do as a team. I think it's good, especially Jamaicans and people abroad or people who are not even Jamaican, to see how powerful you guys are and to know that Jamaica's just not known for one thing. And I think that's something Rochelle often says about the guests. Like you see Jamaican people who are like successful, and Jamaica is not just this place of like the beach, music and parties. Like you guys are very into professional and personal development. And just the way that you guys are delivering that message is very strong. And that the fact that you're highlighting people from Jamaica, I think it's really important for other people to see it. And this type of platform is just amazing.
I feel like I want to cry.
Don't cry, guys. This is not that show. But thank you, guys. That was really, really awesome.
I have one more question. Who do you guys want to see on the show?
I have a long list.
Tell me three.
I have a really long. I like that you guys have guests from different industries, and you have people who are, popular and known, and then you have people who maybe not as known because they're not probably on social media like that, or they probably don't have a website, but they're doing amazing things. So I like that combination. If I had to pick three, I would say Crystal Tomlinson.
All
right.
I would also say Suzette Brown. She's the founder of the Jamaica International Beauty Expo.
Yes.
A third one. Ooh. I would say it's a tie. Is because I'm not even sure if they're would go do a show on video per se, but I would either say Stacia Davidson. She's the founder. She's amazing. And to pick her brain, I think she'll be really good for the show. And also an emerging entrepreneur. Her name is Tanya Edwards, and she's the founder of Tanya's Body Care.
Oh, she's awesome.
Yeah.
So sorry, that was 4, but I still have more on the list.
Ali?
That's fine, Kemoy. We can take your list because I thought about it and I was like, honestly, so far you guys have done very well. So I think anybody you guys choose would be great. As long as you guys just continue with the diversity in the guests and the topics that you guys discuss, and just keep it interesting and exciting and fresh, which I'm sure you guys will. So, I mean, honestly, I couldn't think of anybody because there's just so many persons we could list, but keep it going keep the diversity going with the persons and the topics, and I'm there.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
So even as you say that, Alicia, I think just even for tonight, 9.
Ooh.
Rush?
Did she cut out? Yeah, I can't hear her.
Yes, she's frozen.
Oh, wait. This is that.
Kind of.
Oh no, it sounded like she was making a good point.
Yeah.
So I think she was actually about to give you guys the opportunity to ask us 2 questions.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I wrote mine down because right now I'm having a free
Kemoy came prepared.
Yeah. So what has been your most proud moment since creating Emerge? And then what do you hope Emerge to accomplish in the next 5 years?
Wow. You want to go first, Naya, or you want me to
Those
go
are good questions.
Yeah. Really good
Ask it
question.
again because I was distracted with the screen popping in and out a while ago.
Okay, that's fine. So what has been your most proud moment since creating Emerge?
Ooh, okay.
And the second part was, what do you hope for Emerge to accomplish in the next 5 years?
Awesome. Okay, so for me, and I think I can speak for the team, but I'll also allow Catherine and Rochelle to share. But my most proud moment was our first Emerge Summit. We literally cried the night before the event when we saw our room set up for the event. And also on the day of the event, when we were getting our makeup done and we looked through the window and saw the parking lot of the Spanish Court Hotel full. We were blown away. I still get goosebumps thinking about it, especially because it's something that a lot of people may think that we took a really long time to conceptualize and plan, but that's not what happened. Like, we literally put this entire thing together in how many weeks, guys?
Are we telling that story already?
Okay, I mean, we'll save that for another thing, but it was like, and so which meant that we didn't have a lot of time to get it right. And we did have a lot of hiccups along the way. We had a lot of hiccups on the day as well. But it was still such an amazing event. Our speakers were amazing. Our emergers were awesome. Our sponsors, our partners, and it was just such a really beautiful experience. So that's definitely my most proud moment, being a part of Emerge. And over the next 5 years, we have a lot of plans. We're actually going to be having our own little retreat with the Emerge team to brainstorm some more our plans, because we want to do a lot of things. We don't want to really talk too much about it right here because we want to get them right first. But you can expect a lot more things from us, not just locally, but regionally as well. And so we're very excited. I see that there's someone joining us from Barbados. We may pop up in Barbados, but you have to just stick and stay with us. But of course, because you guys are our emergers, you will be the first to know, but there is a lot to come. So we're very excited, and we're happy that you guys, someone says, starts packing for the retreat. We are ready, guys. We're ready.
So for me, I think my proudest moment was actually the night that Emerge was conceived. I literally called Rushy the Friday and said, Naomi and I are coming to your house on Monday. And the Monday night, we went to Rochelle's house and Emerge was birthed. Veda has no manners. Emerge was birthed, and I think for me, what made it so impactful was the 3 of us came together, and it's not like all of us were close friends from before. I mean, Naya and I have been friends from high school, but time had separated us for a while, and Rochelle is just somebody that came into my life. I don't even know how I know Rochelle. I just know she appeared in my life, and I can't let her go. So the 3 of us came together, and we all knew from the get-go that it was something that God planted in all 3 of our hearts, and he gave us this vision, and he literally made it all come together. And for me, I think knowing that all 3 of us are guided by that's for me the proudest moment.
Wow.
Wow. You know, so you know, I'm the emotional one coming back for everything. So I think for me, the night before that first emerge, because I am the one that's very like persnickety. I use words like persnickety. Because like things ordered and things, it was a big deal for me to be doing anything without I would just flying by the seat of our pants. I'm like, I've never done anything, and then we go publicize it to go shame. And then people came. But when we did our second summit in July, and Keisha Bryan is like one of our rocks, and we have Alexi Lynn too. And Keisha was there, and I remember for the July summit, I was very pregnant. I was like very pregnant. I was probably 8 months pregnant, guys. And I remember Kathy said, you know that you have to host. And I was like, I can't host. I'm going to have to be on my feet for the whole day. And she's like, you're a woman, you're strong, you can do this. Don't worry about it. Just like that. And I remember thinking that these girls have been were such a support for me through everything. And I literally said to Christian, you have to ease yourself today. So between 9 and 5, just ease yourself, because Auntie Kathy said we can do this. And that we actually went back and did a second summit at AC Marriott at the time, even bigger. I mean, that we actually went back and we said we were doing another summit, and we did it, was very important for me, because I believe you have to start something and you finish strong and you keep at it. You don't just tease people with something and then you fade away. So it said to me that we were in it for the long haul, and that really was, I'm so proud.
Yeah.
Kemoy, give me that top there. Nice. Is that top or is that dress?
It's a top.
Send it come. Let me squeeze myself in there.
Thank you. Coming from you, I appreciate that compliment, because you have very good taste.
Oh my God. Well, guys, thank you so much. We do have some special
Alicia didn't ask a question. Did she not ask a question?
No.
It's okay.
That's fine. I'll forgive you, Naomi.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay. No problem. My 2 questions aren't as hard as Kemoy. Just why did you guys decide to start these Detour Essential sessions? And what is it you guys hope that we will take from these sessions?
She said they weren't as hard as Kemoy.
That sounds like a question for Rochelle.
So Detour Essentials, after COVID started, we had a call, the full team had a call together, because we had a roadmap that was set out for the year. Now you have to understand that 2020, we had the team together, the team was strong, we were so organized. You remember the last workshop, we were just like on fire.
I'm ready.
God, 2020 is our year. And then COVID hit and we say, hey. I know, so you did. Remember, we didn't start out good and we organized and we had merchandise. We had merchandise. It's official when you have merchandise. So we said to ourselves, we are at a detour and we have to determine what happens to emerge from here. And what it took us back to, we actually looked back at what our objective was. Yeah, exactly. And our own journey map was about showcasing excellence for the Caribbean. That anything you are searching for in a book, in a masterclass, we have the people right here that can show you everything. And guess what? You can see your own self. It was very important for us that we showcase people that you knew, but people that you also never heard about and you're now exposed to. And we said, okay, so we're going to have to go online with this. We're going to have to find a platform and we're going to have to make it work. And I remember our first one, if you look back at that first video, it was a little rocky. But one of the things too is that every week we actually go back to the drawing board, and Keisha and Alexi keep us on track with that. We prepare, we put a lot of work into what we're doing, and we prepare because we believe if we're showcasing excellence, we have to be going for excellence. So every week, the bar is set higher for what we have to do. And we're like, so when we finish, we're like, oh my God, how are we going to top that? And then we get into planning again. But what we wanted is for you guys, and Alicia, let me tell you, say my ball every time when you say Wednesday night. We said Wednesday night, we want to block their calendar and then was just going to sit down and line with us. So we couldn't have a glass of wine face to face, but we're still face to face. And now we've just had a community of emergers where we're just hanging together, we're talking, we're sharing, and we are growing because we grow and we have grown through this detour. The girls know that lives were not my thing. I was just like, I don't like them. And now I'm always on a live. So we are very grateful. And as we stop to celebrate where we are, we have to give God thanks that He caused us to detour, to see new opportunities and to touch more lives.
Yeah. Awesome. You can answer the question.
Thank you, Rochelle.
Guys. So I was saying earlier that we actually have some Emerge Detour Essential gifts for you, and some of our special emergers that tune in with us all the time. So we already have your contact details. So we'll reach out to you with some more information on that. But we just want to say thanks again so much, Kemoy and Alicia. We appreciate you. We love you. And
thank you
that you choose to spend your Wednesdays with us.
Thank you. And thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye. But guys, you see, we have people from all over. We say Portmore.
Yeah, Portmore for sure.
We have Queens, New York. We have Allardyce, Gavin Goodall.
Gavin,
he's in Colorado.
Okay.
Rita says Kingston is here. Thank you guys for joining us for our 10th Videoversary. We are just so happy to be here with you tonight. We just had two amazing guests, two of our emergers. And it's funny, we always think that the Lord picks the right guest. And even tonight, in just picking our emergers, these were some of the names that keep popping up that have been there with us on this journey. So as we've detoured together, we've gone on this road trip. We want to thank Alicia Taylor again for joining us, and Kemoy, Kayan, Duhaney for joining us all the way from New York.
Listen, Tracy was like, why am I not seeing Alicia in the chat? So she's like, oh, now I know why.
Oh, guys, and just a reminder, you would have missed our announcement if you just joined that we finally hit 500 subscribers. So thank you so much. And if you are not subscribing to us, please take a moment and hit that subscribe button so that we can have many more as well.
We have more giveaways.
Yeah, we have 8 more giveaways to do. So, but I know before we jumped into that, we wanted to also ask each other a few questions.
Okay.
Right, guys? Sure. Right. So, Rochelle, I'm going to ask you a question. I actually want to ask you, what has been your favorite episode? Because I know we did a nice mashup earlier with some of our highlights, but I want to know what has been your favorite episode so far.
Okay, funnily enough, I was looking back at some of our videos, and the first one, I suppose there is something about the first one, because when I saw, we're still trying to figure it out, and I was like, whoa, we did it. And people who know me well know that I do not like things that are not well done.
Yes.
So I was like, you surrendered yourself to a moment and to something that was bigger than you, and you allowed yourself to be a part of that, and that felt so good. And when I just listened back, and guys, you do have to go back to that first episode with Andrea Hewson, because she really touched on some very powerful mindful issues, because we talked about mindfulness and your mindset, and it was something I needed to start out that COVID time, because there was something she said about how your mind works, that you already start thinking 3 days down the line, start stressing, and you are not in the moment. And I was like, that's what I do. Maybe that's why I'm a little stressed out now. So I keep remembering that and pulling myself back to being present and just enjoying that, you know, we're so blessed. So just looking back at that first episode and seeing that we did it.
Yeah. The first episode for me stood out too because she talks about the importance of kindness and being kind, and how being kind can help to change your mindset and the way that you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe Rochelle is to ask Kathy a question.
Oh,
Kathy.
yes, Rochelle.
No, let me just give a background. Kathy knows everybody. We said somebody, I think yesterday on a call, and Kathy didn't know the person. And I was like,
I was very surprised too. I know exactly what you're talking about. Rochelle. I was like,
she doesn't
Kathy
know.
does not know somebody?
No, guys, you have to understand the shock. I was like, I know the person, and Kathy doesn't know the person. I'm so awesome. But anyway, you have some people who like know people, but Kathy like is seriously everybody's best friend. If there's somebody that you need on your team and part of your tribe, I'll tell you, she named Kathy Goodall. And Kathy, I just need to understand how you structure your day to care about so many people. And guys, it's not a surface care, like it's a follow-up care. Like she send you something and she follow you up with it. What is it about you that causes you to care so deeply and you're so real?
Don't cry, Catherine.
Let me breathe.
No, it's not that show.
Honestly, I just think that God just gave me a heart for people. I mean, from when I was a child, and I think I get it from my mother. You know, she has definitely taught me that unconditional love. She loves everybody unconditionally. She miserable and she cuss, but she love you all when she cuss you. You know, and so I think God just gave me a heart for people, and you know, it has followed me throughout my life, I guess. And I believe that, you know, the more that you give and the more that you do for others. My mother said to me one day that all of the things that she does is because she knows it will come back to her children. And a short story, when I moved back to Jamaica, I was here for 5 months and I was living at my aunt's, and then I had to find somewhere to live. Long story short, I ended up at an apartment building through a realtor. And when I looked up, the owner of the entire building was my father's best man at their wedding. And my mother said, Uncle Don just said to me, do you want the apartment? Yes or no? I got a fully furnished 2-bedroom apartment for less than 50,000 Jamaican dollars. And my mother, of course, bawl and say, these are the reasons that I am good to people.
Yeah. Well, Kat. Oh, Kat. You know that when my face crushed. Woo!
So Nai.
Yes, Kathy.
I know that you had like this amazing birthday planned and you celebrated an awesome milestone year this year. And the way that you have managed to just, we've been using this word a lot in the last couple of months, pivot not only your mindset from taking away from your fabulous vacation and birthday celebration, but your entire business. You launched your first online course. I don't think there's any day that I have not. Every week you have lives that you're doing, you have interviews that you're doing, you have all kind of other things that you've been doing. What's your focus for the rest of this year?
Oh wow. Thanks, Kathy. But so just to be clear, guys, when COVID just happened, I was a hot mess. Okay, so let's just be very clear. As Catherine mentioned, and for those that have been following us, you would have known that I turned 40 a couple of weeks ago, and I had planned this trip to Italy that I've been planning since last year. Obviously, that did not happen, and I was a bit depressed about it for sure. But then I think I had to just start changing my mindset and looking at some of the opportunities that were actually available. And as Catherine said, I kind of pivoted the birthday and I ended up using it to push myself to launch my online course. Then I had a timeline to work with, and by me announcing it online that I'm releasing this thing on a specific date, which meant I had to do it. And so I kind of forced myself to get out of the slump and actually start getting busy and start promoting and thinking about what's the next steps. I then turned it into hashtag PRChick40 and build your brand day. And I just use the day to celebrate with other personal brand experts and give back to my community. And then also launch the course for $40. So it was really, really great. And I had no plans to do that. I should have launched my course 2 years ago, and I did not. So this really forced me to do that. So one of the things I actually just did 2 days ago, I'm a morning journaler because I'm a thinker, and I wake up in the morning thinking about every single thing. And so for me to focus, I journal in the morning so that I get that stuff out my head and then I can focus. But I have not journaled. The last entry I had when I opened my book 2 days ago was March 14th. And all it says is COVID is here. That's it. And I had not journaled for almost 3 months. So I actually sat down and I wrote about all the things that have happened since March 14th to this point. And it was really amazing for me to look at that journey over the last 2 months, what we've done, even with launching Emerge Detour Essentials, which has now given us so many other amazing ideas. Launching my course, which has now led to a lot of other opportunities, the opportunity to collaborate with other personal branding experts from all over the world that I had no idea who they were until the last 6 to 8 weeks. And so for me, it's really just about focusing on what's important, reconnecting with myself and also with the people that really, really matter to me, but also thinking about what I've been doing for the last 3 years and if that's really what I should be doing right now. So what I would advise anybody was to use this time to do some introspection. So I'm still doing that right now. I have a lot of ideas for a lot of things I want to do as it relates to PR Chick, as it relates to Garrett Communications. We just started doing a whole nother service offering. And so things are happening. So I'm looking out with bright, wide eyes for the opportunities and really jumping to the ones that really speak to me as an individual.
Awesome.
Wow.
So who else do we have with us, Rashi? Do we want to do some more giveaways first?
I think we actually have 3 giveaways to do right now.
Yes. Okay. So we have some giveaways from NTB Capital Markets. And the first question I want to ask is, what do we call our NTB segment?
What the Jeopardy song?
Nobody knows what we call our OTB segment. About money.
Guys, there is a prize here from NCB Capital Markets. You know what that means? So if you are reading Emergers, you should be able to tell us, what do we call that segment when we have our guests from NCB Capital Markets on the show?
Where we talk about money.
That's a clue. We talk about money.
Are our guests allowed to answer?
Oh, Tracy, and you're a winner. You're a winner. Money moves.
Oh, yeah.
You get a prize. What does she get, guys?
So Tracy actually gets a gift certificate from NCB Capital Markets valued at $5,000.
Woo! $5,000 richer, girl. Money.
Next question. If you're paying attention, you would know the answer to this because it was given to you about 5 minutes ago. What's the name of our first Emerge guest?
Na, 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 na,
No,
Gabby got it. Listen, do we have a rule for people that have already won a prize, or?
Yeah, I think we should give
I feel like we should give it to Amoy because Gabby and Tracy have already won.
Already gotten prizes. Absolutely. Share the love.
But thanks, guys. Amoy, you get a prize. Woo!
Be like, Oprah, you get a prize. You get a prize.
But
You get a prize.
someone said that they're splitting their screen time between Oprah's live that's happening right now and Emerge.
Wow. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Third
One
question.
more giveaway.
Name the title of any book that we've done in the series.
In our book review. I know that guys, do not let Tracy and Gabby jump with the answer.
What? Everyone gets a prize. Alicia found her way to the chat. Nobody can remember the names of any of the books that we've done.
See them coming up.
Wait. Oh, they're coming up there. Heidi.
Janice Garrell.
But Heidi was first.
Heidi was first. Becoming.
Yes, Becoming. I missed that one. Sorry.
Awesome, Heidi.
Okay, Heidi.
Prize. What does Heidi get, guys? First of all, did we announce what Amoy won for
No, we didn't.
So can we do that? And also what Heidi gets?
Rashi, what are we giving Heidi and Amoy? Wait, Heidi, where are you based? Because that matters. Where are you based, Heidi?
Do we have any more NCB prizes? Because I think we said NCB.
We have 3 more NCB giveaways.
Okay. So we could give 2 more NCB prizes right now because those were
good. I just wanted to make sure Heidi's in Kingston. I know Amoy is. Okay, great. So we have 2 more gift certificates courtesy of NCB Capital Markets for Heidi and Amoy.
Yay!
Oh my God, guys. You guys are so much fun. Thank you guys for being here. Hi, Tracy. Shelly Hendrickson, I see you. Felicia. I have to mention Felicia. Felicia is a coach that I love. You have to follow her on Instagram. She is so awesome sauce.
All right, guys. We have 2 more special, amazing emergers backstage. Am I the one that's supposed to introduce them or bring them up?
No, you don't introduce good because you don't sound like you have to sound like you're all there on boxing match. And you have to hype up the people them. You have to hype up the people them. You're not like, oh, do you know who we have tonight? No, you have to hype up the people them.
Okay,
tonight we are joined by 2 more of our amazing emergers from all the way down a Galtigo Bay. We have a lady from the clan of Allen. Her name is Janice Allen. Never Janice. Who is Janice? Janice Allen. And right from Kingston City, the mother of boys, an amazing woman who is with us every week. Some people call her Sim. Some people call her Simone. Today we're going to call her Simone from the tribe of Mahabeer. Her husband named Mahabeer. If I ever hear me say come from the tribe of Mahabeer. Let us welcome these 2 ladies, Janice Allen, Never Janice, from the Allen tribe. And Simone Mahabeer.
Hey,
hi guys. Welcome.
Hi. My first live.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
working. You hear what Alicia said? What an intro. So mine never stay good then for true. No problem. Noted. Good lessons. I was following situations as well. She did a lot of this. I'm good, guys. All right. So first question, and we're going to be doing the same questions we had before. We want to know first, how have you enjoyed Emerge Detour Essentials? I'll start with Simone since she's unmuted.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Happy Videoversary. It's been awesome. It's been awesome. Similar to the other ladies, it's something that's in my calendar. It's on schedule, and pretty much no matter whatever I'm doing, I'm there. So very recently, I think the night when Adam was on, I had gone walking. And I spoke with a little friend of mine who reminded me, that friend is Russian, reminded me, you only have 10 minutes, I said, oh, well, that's all right. I have my earphones, I have my phone, not a problem. And so on my walk back home, I was plugged in. I didn't make it in the house, sat down on the steps, and I was just tuned in. I was completely locked in. So it's just always awesome. It's great, the guests that you have. And what I like about it is that while you're learning, it's so much fun. You laugh so much, and I love to laugh. I love the fact that you ladies just keep it real, and that's who I am. I love to keep it real. I love the fact that you're down to earth. I can actually see a little bit of me in each of you, so I feel connected to the group, to the tribe. Yeah.
Janice.
That introduction bowled me over there, Thanks for having me. This is so exciting. I don't even know where to look and what to do. I feel cute.
In your new glass.
In my new glass. What I love about the show is that it's so unexpected. Even though I kind of know who is coming on, there's no one who is coming on that, even though I know who I think they are and what they do, they seem to present a whole other side of themselves, and I'm able to learn so much. I remember every time I tune in, I'm tuned in. Like I end up like watching the whole time because there's so much to absorb, and I just love how. I think every now and then when after you finish a show, I would send Rochelle a message and I was like, okay, how are you gonna top that? And then you top it. So it has been quite a learning experience. I think it has come at a perfect time. I think you all found a space and a spot in all of the noise because so many people are online talking and telling us how to have a great life and how to be amazing. And sometimes you just want some people to keep it real, and it's not this pressure to tell you this is how you do it and we are great and we have it together. If you're not having it together, you're just not having it together, and we're all going through it and we've all had similar experiences and we're just enjoying it and laughing while we're doing it. And somehow we form sort of like a bond where I can depend on you on Wednesday evening to either cause me to learn something, get rid of some stress from the day or the week, or end up looking forward to something that, this has caused me to think of something else, something in a different way. So it has been quite an experience. I can't believe it's 10 already, which means 10 weeks, which means 2 months, 2.5 months. That's amazing. And then I still have Wally to talk about.
Yes, we do. Thanks, guys. Well, on that note, I want to hear what have been your favorite episodes. Janice, since you're still unmuted, let's hear yours.
I must tell you that I have 3 pretty good episodes, and it's not really that is a favorite. They just have stood out for me.
Yeah.
The first one I thought was really good, and because it was the first one. And I found myself listening to, what's her name?
Andrea.
Guest at the time. Right. She was just this very easy, calming voice. Yes. And I found myself, I remember particularly one thing that she said, like, just do something kind for someone, no matter how small. And that has just stayed with me. Like, it has caused me to, when, some people can kind of cause you to think not so kind thoughts. And then you remember this person telling you to kind of think kind thoughts. But it has worked. I really enjoyed, I was very shocked and pleasantly so and intrigued by Tamara's story. I found her, I ended up having a whole other conversation with her afterwards. You think you know people and you really don't know them. And so somehow something you guys do together cause people to talk. And I'm chatting now. And I also really enjoyed Tammy and Wayne. I'm like, I kind of want a love like that. Them have a thing going. It's just so easy and fun, and they're learning from each other, and they're themselves with each other, and I laugh the whole time. Like, Wayne Marshall should be a comedian.
Those are the ideas.
So those were my favorites.
Thank you.
And Simone?
All right, so unanimously, number one was definitely a great start. Despite all the flaws that you may have seen, or you knew what took place behind the scenes and what wasn't right, but we were on the receiving end. And I think at that point in time, when we were all maybe just a week or 2 weeks into COVID, it was so necessary to hear and receive that message into our spirits, into our souls, to calm our spirits. And I remember I was in my room and I had the laptop there, and I kept on saying yes, and nodding my head. I was just in agreement with everything. I just received everything that was being said, and definitely took away and acted on some of those things as well too. So not just being kind, but also reaching out to persons. And through this whole period, I've continued that. Persons that I haven't even spoken to in forever, from UE days, I just looked them up, either WhatsApp them or just call them, hey, how you doing, that kind of thing. Just checking in on persons, just to stay connected, because I think that's what we needed and we need within this time. And I think this is definitely one of the lessons and the big takeaways coming out of COVID: reconnecting with people, touching persons. The Adam Stewart one, of course, I mentioned that already. Just sitting on the steps and, taking off my sneakers and just kicking back and just keep listening. And I was so in tune. And of course, it didn't hurt that I won my prize on that night and everything. That was a little bonus. Yes, Rush. That was definitely a bonus. But it was, for me, he also connected based on where I am at in life right now too. And for real, being able to emerge and just the seeds that he sowed into me that night, in terms of what he's doing with his team, valuing his team, valuing the people within his community, and how he's giving back, how he's reaching out, and the different things that he's doing. So it's not just about business, it's not business as usual, but it's really how you connecting with people on a different level. And the other one was definitely for me, Terry and Garfield, speaking about that tribe, the family, the friendship. Not everybody is your friend. We use the word loosely, but then when they hit the where, you really see who is in your corner, who's got your back, who is with you, who is not with you, and you really find out the true meaning of friend. And also, I think their lesson was how to protect your friendship, how to really protect your friendship, and not to take people for granted, not to take things lightly. So those for me were the three so far, are the three big ones.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, so, well, I think you've answered my first question with your takeaways already. So I want to know what keeps you guys coming back.
All right, so while Janice is zoning in on our thoughts, I saw the look, Janice. What keeps me coming back is the fact that you're real. The fact that there's a connection and there's a takeaway each time we come. Each time I can speak for myself. Each time I come, there's something that I know I'm taking away and I can put it into action. So it's not just it's frivolous talk. Rochelle is insanely hilarious, and she makes you lose yourself just in knowing that, hey, you don't have to be uptight, you don't have to, work, and then that's all that's on your mind. There's something else, there's life beyond that, and there's life beyond whatever else is happening right now. So I just love that fact. Naomi with the brand tips and the authenticity, keeping it real, and of course Kathy with the notes at the end to catch you up and you start jotting down everything. And of course Kathy tries to rein you guys in when you say okay. But what about the book? What about the book? What book did we read? And what are the takeaways from that? So it's a feeling that you're a part of a sisterhood. It's bigger than, I think, and I don't know if you realize that, it's bigger than just a Detour Essentials. It's bigger than just for this time. I think it goes beyond. Great job, guys.
My turn to cry. I love that. Janice?
Well, for me, I feel like you put effort into making a show that we can all appreciate, and it's serious to you. I get the impression that you make the effort to ensure that your viewers not only are entertained, which is great, and you do that without even trying, but I think you try your best to listen to what people need and give it to them, and give it to them in a way that is unexpected. And the fact is, even though you are a sisterhood, you're a very balanced sisterhood. It's not a woman only thing. It is for everybody and every age, because I can see how everybody can benefit from a few minutes with you, or an hour or two per week. And I appreciate when someone takes time to present something to me. I feel valued, and that's the most important thing, when your viewers feel valued.
You guys are making me have to take some really deep breaths.
Sorry,
okay.
Kat.
You guys have to answer, and you can't give me a couple like what Alicia did. Who do you want to see on Detour Essentials?
Oh my God, I've been thinking about that this whole time, and I didn't know that I could draw a blank, honestly.
Rochelle's friend?
No,
I thought you two were one and the same.
Yeah. No, I know if you ask Rochelle this question, she has a list of like 10 already, right?
No, because I'm on the phone with Oprah now. Oprah now, what's happening? We're just like, after you finish your live, call me.
Oh my God, I thought I had somebody. I didn't jot it down. I thought of somebody earlier today, and I didn't jot it down. Now I feel bad. It was, oh God, I don't know. To be honest, I'm sorry. I could come back, and maybe if I remember at the end of the show or closer to when we're wrapping up. But what I do want, just like I think one of the ladies in the previous segment, TV segment, is to remain true to who you are. And who I think would be good? Let me tell you. You see, ever since this Versus thing, right, with Beanie and Bounty, I've always been a Beanie fan. Like, I'm Beanie. Me love Beanie. But I have been amazed by Bounty Killer. And I've been seeing him more and more, although I think he was doing it before, but I've been seeing him more and more getting like that side of Bounty that most people don't see. And for him to use his position and be able to bring attention to this business of giving back. I think I like that about him, and I kind of feel like I would love to hear him, because every time you think of Bounty Killer, it's very gruff and, it would be kind of cool. I'd love to see him.
I think that's I just highlighted his name on our list.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Too.
That's so funny, because the day after Versus, I messaged him and I said to him, I'm glad that other people got to see this side of you. Because you're right.
Kathy just slippy in a while ago.
Yeah, when
So,
you
guys,
Why
come
is she
to
like that? Why is she like? So I messaged Rodney after the show to say, good job, Rodney. Rodney said,
BK,
for the Friday video.
So guys,
Rodney's my
for
friend,
those of
Rodney
you,
Price. I didn't call him down
for
there.
those of you that
Hey, Rod.
didn't know, I used to work in the entertainment industry.
Say RP.
So Jan, we're gonna make that happen.
great.
Tim,
All right. So definitely I have on my list Beanie and Bounty. And yes, Kathy, I remember that episode as well too. And I remember Kathy closing out the whole segment. I was like, okay, that's very out of character for Kathy, because she was like, Ray, why we can't get them out? That kind of thing. I also have Bujo on my list.
okay.
And I have the original Bro God, because I think you ladies could really, would do an awesome segment with him. And I also have a creative who is Delia Harris. I keep rising and rising, and she has done so much, not just for self but for country as well, in terms of promoting Jamaica, brand Jamaica in culture. You know, so I think she would be an excellent guest on the program. Also, of course, going back to the spiritual side, Kevin Downswell, his songs that he puts out. I mean, he just released the video for his song "Carry Me" right now, and that's a really powerful song. So those are some of the persons that I have on my list. Oh, and one of Naomi's persons who I'm now following is Paul. Yeah. I think he's very relatable as well too. I think he would fit just right in, perfect. Yeah. So those are my people.
I don't know if Naomi will be so eager
from the
on our show.
You mean from brand day?
Guys, different platform. We don't ask Simone, don't you dare even ask what you want to ask right now. Okay?
I won't. I
What I
won't.
need to say before we jump over to Rochelle's questions is, since we're on the topic of who you would like to see on the show, I see already a couple people putting it in the comments. Some people they'd like to see. So like Michael Lee Chin, that's what Cecilia says. So if anyone has anyone that they would love to see on our Emerge Detour Essentials Live, drop it in the chat so that we know, so that we can start making the magic happen.
And we will see you. Is that JJ Foot as in the original?
Yes.
Yeah, JJ, what's up? We see you. Hi, Marsha, Cecilia, we see you guys. We're just so happy to have you here. And we are joined now, in case you're just joining us, and you can watch the replay on YouTube by Simone Mahabeer and Janice Allen. When you go through, our guests have mentioned episodes that have been their favorites. They're all available on our YouTube channel. So please take some time, just sit back and relax and enjoy. And Alicia told me if you put it on the big screen, will look good.
On the TV, yes. So you guys get to ask us questions now.
Yeah. All right. So some of the questions that I had in my mind, you answered before. There is it's a question and it's also a suggestion. Emerge in schools is what I'm thinking, is what I think in terms of going to a next level. Emerge in schools. So while you're empowering us, the adults, I think, well, I'm passionate about youth, and that's one of my passions. That's one of my purposes as well, that I definitely want to pursue. And so anything and any way that we can connect the youth with the youth, I think you should definitely go there. And I think you'd make a very good impact out there. But question, what holds the trio together? What is that? I don't know, one thing, two things that you think that hold you together. Kathy mentioned, okay, she didn't know Rochelle, but Rochelle came to her life now and she's not letting her go. What is it that caused you to gel so well?
So I'll just give my answer and you guys can also share. But I think it comes back down to our mission, right? Our mission, and what I would say is our brand purpose, which is really to use our platform that we've created to really not just inspire, but to leave our audience with as one of the emergers mentioned earlier, tangible next steps on your journey to greatness, right? And the reason, one of the big things that brought us together, even for Emerge, is the fact that we go to so many conferences, all three of us, locally and internationally. And one of the things that we notice is that you leave a conference feeling amazing and energized, but then a week passes, 2 weeks pass, a year passes, and you don't even retain some of the stuff that you learned because you're not actually given the tools to take that next step.
Implement.
So we're all very passionate about not just inspiring, but also providing the tools for you to have impact in your own lives. And so I think that's one of the things that always brings us back together, is that we have a common mission and purpose with our platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think also so a couple of things. One, everything that we do is actually steeped in prayer. Before every summit, my mother usually calls, and then we have a prayer session. And I think because we recognize that this is a ministry that God has provided for us, we treat it as such. Another thing that's important to us is that we are women collaborating. So it's bigger than friendships. And we talked about that we are in this collaborating. It is also, it's helping others. It's in a business structure. And we want to show that women can collaborate well together. It means parking of a lot of egos, things that would normally annoy you. You keep it to yourself and get over yourself. And I think these ladies, there's a point that we got to, and I think the night before the first Emerge, there's a photo of us hugging when we looked in the room and we saw that sign, and we were like, oh my God,
and bawling at the same time.
bigger than us. And when you recognize that purpose and walking in purpose is bigger than your ego, it's bigger than self, because it's about service, it makes you operate very differently. So yeah, sometimes we annoy each other, but it has been amazing to me that we can have conflict and we get over it. We deal with it and we get over it. And I think we all ask ourselves, is this worth a conflict? And sometimes you realize that you need to resist those temptations. So for me personally, it's very important, because people love to say that women can do things together and all kind of things come into it. And I just ask that as you think about us, you constantly keep us in your prayers, that the bonds that have been formed here and the example that we can be, that the Lord will continue to drive us in our purpose.
Yeah.
And I think the three of us are we have three different personalities completely, but our values are grounded in the same thing. Yeah. And I think we actually sat down and went through I did a SWOT analysis of all of us. So everything that we do in our workshops and at the summits, we actually do between us.
Yeah.
And so we literally looked at what are each of our strengths, and we assign different roles for each other within Emerge. And of course, we support each other in the different things that we do, but everybody's clear on what each person's role is. Mm-hmm. So, it works because we, like both of them said, we know what the end goal is.
And then we have Keisha and Alexi.
Most importantly,
the glue that holds us together.
Yeah. When we need to shut up, they shut us up. But when we need to stop being miserable, they tell us to stop being miserable.
Yeah.
When we need to be focused, they tell us to be focused.
Bring us in. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Jan?
Okay, so I have a comment and a question. Mm-hmm. I think that there is a need for Emerge in Montego Bay. Thank you. And
was that shade?
No, well, not necessarily. All right. I mean, I might have just said that kind of facetiously, but I think there is a group of people that's not in high school or not in school, and they're not our age, which is a little older, but like right in the middle there's a group of people that need some Emerge guidance that I would ask you to consider focusing on, because they're the ones who we are hoping will be prepared enough to do more than they realize that they need to do. And I think they need some help. A question for you, I kind of mentioned it earlier. There's a lot of talk going on online, and if you're not careful, you kind of can go crazy with all of the experts who are on, and everybody is a brand expert, personal branding. And I use that one, Naomi, because that's one of the very popular ones.
Very popular.
Everybody is a coach, everybody is, and we all need to be guided, and we need some help. And I wonder, how do you maintain your own sanity to be able to do this and keep focused and not get distracted by the fact that somebody is out there offering similar, would like to say similar things. And for the most part in Jamaica, we are a small audience that's online. Not to say that you're not beyond Jamaica, but the fact is, right here in Jamaica, there's a lot going on. How do you maintain your focused attention?
So one of the things I would say is it's about understanding the value that we offer, understanding our strengths and what we are bringing to our specific audience, and then putting on the blinkers, right? Because as you said, I'm one of those people that I feel that I'm bombarded in my social media platforms by just an overload of information, whether by the experts or people that say they're experts or people who aren't even experts at all. And it can be distracting, it can be overwhelming, it can make you feel like you're not doing enough. And so one of the things that I've had to do is to just, and I can speak for the group, is that we're very focused on what we're doing. We have our plans, we have our goals, we have a lot of ideas that we have in store, and we don't have the time to really look over and see what someone else is doing in that space, because there is no platform like Emerge, and we know that, and I'm very proud of it. And so we focus on the value that we know we're bringing to our audience. And sometimes you have to just drown out the noise, right? In order to maintain a level of focus. Yeah. Russia or Kat, I don't know if you want to add to that.
Yeah, I think what Nice says, because they know like the lives and stuff. I'm like, aren't we annoying people? Like, it's always coming up in your feed. Sometimes lives are coming up, and then I stopped, and there's always this part that you remind yourself that something is not about you. And when you remind yourself that it's not about you, for us, if we only have one person that joins, if it's just the three of us and somebody watches it later and it was meant for them, that's what matters. So yeah. I find that every time if we start feeling noisy and we start feeling agitated, we go back to purpose and objective. And all we ever want to do is to touch one life. So if only one person joins us, it's fine, and we still put in that level of work. And we also celebrate that we are building content in Jamaica and across the region. So all of these lives that are going on and these various things people are doing on YouTube, it also is building an industry of content and celebrating in a bigger way. So it's not just about us, and there's room for everybody because there's an audience for everybody.
Can I just say something to that, Rochelle? So again, it goes back to our purpose, right? And why we're doing this. Because one of the things which may not be a great business thing is that we've never been focused on making money, even though that's great.
To a fault.
I can tell you how much money, or if we've made money or broken even from any of the Emerge things that we've done. Because if we make any money, it goes right back into Emerge, whether it's getting merch for our team or doing a retreat or planning for the next Emerge event, which is really bad. And maybe we really need to have someone on the team that deals with that kind of stuff, but that's not our focus. And I think that's one of the reasons for our success, because we've never had a goal of, oh, we want to make $5 million from this platform and, make this money from all these people. No, we know that we all bring this value to the table. and we know that we're going to impact and inspire, and that's what motivates us. So even so for us, it's not, so even the fact that we've reached 500 subscribers on YouTube, that's crazy. Maybe some people might say that's not a big deal. Some people have 50,000, but we just never even thought of numbers, where some people are like, I'm going on YouTube because I want to get to 1,000 subscribers or 10,000 so I can start monetizing the platform. We wouldn't even know where to start with something like that because that's just not top of mind for us.
It was actually Alexi that told us that we were 25 away from 500.
Yeah, we had no idea because that's just not what we focus on ever. It's about what are we pouring into our community today.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons why we are in this position right now.
Yeah, that was a great question, Dan. It really kind of makes us have to stop and think of the why, Can I tell you though, do you notice how our guests are also, they're gorgeously dressed today. They're such like fabulous women. Everybody's so fabulous. Her hair is perfect. You see Janice, arms like Michelle. You see Janice's background. Janice, your background look rich.
But do not move when she did that thing like you went like this or something like that. What you did?
Rochelle, I remember one of your shows and you spoke about background. So I could not come on here and not be ready with a background. Okay.
She's a fast learner. I just wanted to say to Jan's point earlier, well, first of all, we actually had planned and booked a venue for Montego Bay before all of this happened, FYI.
Yeah, we did.
And Sim, you must be in our meetings or somebody's releasing information to you that you shouldn't have yet. But Janice had made a comment earlier about all of the experts online. And I think it's very important for us to point out that we spend a lot of time learning, being filled, and qualifying ourselves to be able to pour into people. It's very important to us that we are capable of communicating the things that we know we need to communicate. And so, I mean, Rochelle and I have both done the John Maxwell certification. And I don't think anybody knows that, like, what Naomi's qualifications are. She talked a lot about not graduating from college and all of these other things, but she hasn't actually told you the things that she's qualified for. Naomi right now is probably the only certified crisis management person in Jamaica. In the Caribbean, actually,
Reputation champion. Reputation manager. Yeah.
Reputation manager. Sorry, I stand corrected. Right? And we had a session last week or 2 weeks ago, and Naomi, the way that she processes information, I mean, Naomi can process branding in her sleep, personal branding in her sleep. It's crazy. It's a little intimidating sometimes because she has these expectations. And, to answer Simone's question too, I think we bring out the best in each other because we always push each other to do more and to be better. Always.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so we are actually each other's biggest cheerleaders all the time.
And beating sticks as well.
Sorry. Let me go back to our script.
We have more giveaways.
Oh, do we have any more questions for also Simone and Janice? We do have some lovely Emerge packages for you both. We already have your information, so we'll get in contact with you with the details for collection or delivery. But guys, we really want to take the time again to thank you so much for being a part of our Emerge family. It really means the world to us. And for staying with us today, I mean, it's a lot, right? It's a long show. We're already at 9:38. We normally close off at approximately 2 hours each week. And so we're so grateful when we have, people that come in from 8 o'clock and they stay with us right to the end. So we're really grateful for you guys that you've come on, you've tuned in each week, and you've made time to, allow us into your homes as well. So thank you so much for being a part of this family. We appreciate you. We love you. And we are always open to any feedback that you may have for us.
Thank you. It was fun.
Thank you too.
Appreciate it and appreciate you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for pouring into us. Thank you so much.
Bye, Simone. Bye, Janice.
Bye.
Hi, Rush. I was just gonna say, we're going to see Rush, girl.
All right.
Aw, I love our emergers. They're so amazing.
We managed to get this far without crying.
We did it, guys. We did it. We did
Yeah,
it.
we managed to get this far without crying.
We may shed a few tears in the after show. But we'll leave that for the after show.
We'll try to actually start recording the after show for you guys so that you can actually see these two clowns.
Why do you call us that? I think we're very entertaining.
Right. Clowns are entertaining.
We both bring something very dynamic to the space.
Clowns
Right.
are entertaining.
Clowns are scary.
What? Yeah, clown. I don't like clowns. I don't like clowns. Oh my God, guys! Remember we mentioned two names, Keisha and Alexi. Keisha currently is shouting at us on WhatsApp to say giveaways, right? So that's when I tell you, we have them to rein us in when we are there. It's on the screen, guys. Giveaway time. So they're actually trying to shut me up right now.
We have a month's supply of Catherine's Peak water to give away.
So what's the question we're gonna ask for that? Because that's a lot. I love Catherine's Peak, honestly.
Oh, I have a question. What did Naomi bake in one of our episodes?
So in the meantime, right? My child, I baked, and yes, I baked something today, guys. Not cinnamon rolls. I'm doing that on Friday. But I baked banana bread today. Banana bread, right? And my child says, Mommy, my taste profile has changed now. And so I cannot eat this banana bread. I want to eat cinnamon rolls.
Didn't we ban Tracy from answering?
Who? What?
We banned Tracy from responding, didn't we?
But that's not the correct answer, though. So
no,
that's not the correct answer.
Oh,
well,
yes,
banana bread?
Nope, that's not the answer either. I know what the answer is.
Yes, I remember. I just remember too.
Okay, so let's try that
it's
again.
Not cinnamon buns. It's not cinnamon rolls.
Bake that live.
Keisha Miles wants me to sing. Keisha Miles is like a singer. So I feel so appreciated.
Why would they want you to sing? Singer?
Because she knows, from she look on the trail, she know who is the singer.
Rita, you were not watching that episode if you really put carrot cake right there.
No. Oh, Janice answered. Janice Carell answered. Janice
that's not what I made. That's not what I made, Catherine. So how about I will answer the question if nobody actually gets the answer.
No.
I'm getting a little like, nobody remembers what I baked. Nobody cares.
It's like, maybe they logged off to go watch Oprah. I don't know.
I remember that your camera was like in and out. So, give them a little.
Guys, we promoted it and I spoke about it. I have the recipe.
Okay, who was our guest DJ?
Huh?
Who was our guest DJ? I'm asking.
So can I just answer the question?
Does
Not it. It was muffins, banana muffins.
Yes.
No, it was not, guys. Let's get it clear. That's wrong. No, Keisha, Anya Hilton is not the winner. I joke. We could give it to Anya, but it's actually to be 100% correct. It's banana chocolate chip pecan muffins.
Okay, we'll give it to Anya.
But Anya will get the prize.
So there you go, Anya. You are the winner of your month's supply of Catherine's water.
Sorry, what, Rochelle?
I just love how we discover things about each other, because I saw you getting a little nippy dippy.
Like Roshi, you're getting like Roshi.
Never remember your little muffin them. God, you're like,
I thought they were famous.
Not banana bread is not banana
bread. They were famous. Mommy was like, yeah, really, Naomi. Like, that's a little anal, don't you think? Sean, you won a prize already, so you can't win another prize.
Oh my God.
We asked in the interim, we said, who was our guest DJ to kind of take Naomi off? You take Naomi off of our path, and we answered.
So
yeah.
yeah.
Wait, who answered? Wait, a lot of people answered.
I think we should ask a different question.
It was
Tracy.
who answered?
Tracy answered first. Tracy.
Tracy answered first.
Yeah, and Tracy been trying to win a prize. She had beg everybody.
God, Tracy been really trying. She been reaching.
She even tried to steal Gabby's prize.
She been reaching. She put banana muffin, then she put something else, banana chocolate.
Okay, Tracy, you win. Richard E.
Tracy deserved the prize. What did Tracy win, guys? So Anya won the Catherine's Peak water for a month supply. Yes. And what did Tracy win, folks?
Tracy, I know Tracy loves her journals, so Tracy also gets a journal.
Woo! Love it.
And we have one more NCB prize. One more?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we have one more NCB prize to give away.
All right, Catherine, are you gonna answer that question?
I put banana chocolate.
Let's put that on the screen. Let's just give her a clap. I love you, Tracy. I love you. Thank you, Tracy. That made my whole.
I know you've made a nice day. Make I tell you, I never forget. It is called a banana chocolate pecan muffin. Can me did I call it the banana muffin too? You know. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's fine.
This is a hard one. What recent celebration or special was a first for Rochelle?
Ooh.
Now we know our real emergers and who has been paying attention.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I know too.
I think I know.
Of course you know.
I think I know.
What recent celebration or special day was the first for Rochelle?
No. And it's not the first day I got a cinnamon.
Yay, Marissa won!
Someone said the birth of Christian. Aww.
Marissa's
birthday. Christian don't reach one yet.
Oh, thanks, Mar.
You know what I was going to say? It was not any of those. It was that Rochelle did her first live on Instagram. That's what came to my mind first.
Okay, Mother's Day definitely is what came to my mind.
Mother's Day did not even pop in my head a while ago. I was like, oh yeah, she did her first live.
That's because we've gone through 14 Mother's Days. That's why it didn't.
It's true. I've had 14.
Right.
Oh, that was really absolutely amazing. You know, like now he's at the stage where when I get home and the car drives in, he gets super excited and he crawls to the grim and he stands up there and he shakes it. And I'm like, someone loves you, honey. No matter what, you'll always be my guy.
Aww.
Okay,
you see what CUDA Education said? Ready to emerge gourmet bakery.
What can I make? Can I make Johnny cakes?
I can make brownies.
So it's just gonna be nice gourmet bakery. But thanks.
I think it's fried dumplings, but we're gonna call it Friday dumpling.
Wait. What did you just say, Naomi? Because I feel like you're being disrespectful.
I just want to know what you guys are going to bake. That's all I'm asking.
No. You said something about gourmet.
It says ready to emerge gourmet bakery. So I said maybe it's just going to be nice gourmet bakery because I'm not sure what you guys are going to bake unless you're going to do Rochelle's whatever she just said for her fried dumpling a while ago. What is it,
Friday dumpling?
No, but I don't understand why she going on like say we can't bake.
Kathy, darling, sweetheart, there's no evidence that you can bake. there is no evidence of it.
I made brownies over the weekend.
Kat, I am here for you. You know that you put it in a foil, me I'll eat the foil. Bake the something, carry it come.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will do that.
Can you do that on Friday?
I'll think about. But we're having cinnamon rolls on Friday.
No, we can have cinnamon rolls and other things.
It can be like a whole bakery day. I think both you and Rochelle should bring something.
Oh no, no, draw me in.
Unless Miss Mary is there, I don't think that's a good idea.
I make sure we have our contracts in place and I collect the money. Somebody has to be in the back doing the business. On a bake. Catch him, bring the brownie home.
On that note, with 10 minutes before 10,
we have a big announcement. Roshi, what's our announcement?
I didn't even remember about that.
Roshi, what's our announcement?
So, we are at June 10th. So we are technically mid-year. And what a 2020 it has been. We are at our 10th episode of Emerge, which means that we've been going through COVID for like 3 months, pretty much.
Yeah.
And we started the year with a journey mapping. And when we recognized COVID, we took a detour. And we think it's so timely that we're at mid-year that it's time for a reset. So, mark your calendars on July 18th, 2020. We will be doing an online workshop, an online reset workshop. We've already started working on the workbook. You know, I love a workbook. So I'm like, nerd alert, tap, tap, tap. So we will be having, this reset is, we are starting, and actually it's not restart, it's not commence, because we have been living, we have been growing at this time, and we've been learning a lot about ourselves. So we get a chance to kind of step back, look at some of the things that we wanted to do at the beginning of 2020. We ask ourselves, where are we with those? But some of us have learned some brand new things about ourselves. So we are able to reset. So for instance, Nai just mentioned, I love to do public speaking and I love to teach it, but I just kept dilly-dallying with doing a live. And with the encouragement of these girls, I've actually done 2 lives and we're doing a webinar on public speaking. And this was something that there is no way you would have told me in January that I would be doing any kind of online session like that. I am resetting, we are all resetting, and we are encouraging you to join us on July 18th for our reset. But because you are our Emerge tribe and you have been detouring with us, and by the way, registration, it's pre-registration is open on our, so click the link in the comments or in our IG bio to pre-register and to get our discount code. And pre-registration closes on Friday at 12 noon. So please jump on, register so that you can be a part of our online session. I know online, you know, it allows us to have a lot of people, but we are still kind of purist with our workshops and we like for them to be interactive and that you can ask your questions. So we will have a cutoff point. So please go and pre-register for our Emerge Reset. And what date is it, ladies?
July 18th.
What year?
2020.
By the way, there's this thing, you know, everybody's like, oh, we're going to pack up and go back to 2019 and we're going to pretend that.
I don't want to go back to 2019.
Yeah, and to pretend that 2020 didn't happen. But you know, 2020 is probably going to, when we look back, one of our most important years for self-actualization, for us getting back to family, for us getting back to friends, and for several of us kind of finding ourselves and our purpose. And we will be working with you to reset that purpose, to get back on track, and for some people to find the track. So we look forward to resetting on the 18th of July.
I think it's important for people to understand, though, Roshi, because we've gotten so used to these webinar things that have been happening all over the place. This is not a webinar, guys. This is a workshop, and we're going to be there from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So you have to come ready to work. So for those of you that have never been to an Emerge workshop before, understand that it's work. It's not one of those come and sit and listen. It is do. And so you have to be prepared to come and dedicate the time to actually focus on what we're going to be doing to reset. Gabby asked, is it Friday, this week, Friday, day after tomorrow, that the pre-registration deadline is? Yes, it is. All you're going to do is click on the link that we have in the comments and just pre-register. All you're going to do is give us your information, and then we will send you more information.
And with the discount code.
With the discount codes and everything else.
Wida says 2020 is a year of self-development and awareness. Wida, I completely agree. And it really has been a time of such awareness across the world. And we recognize how this world is so small and we're all so connected. But we also recognize just how fragile life is, how fragile we are. And it really has been, you know, when you come back to yourself, we come back to ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, guys. It's our 10th anniversary.
Videoversary.
Okay, videoversary.
Oh boy.
After Alexi went and created that entire word for us.
Yeah. So guys, I'm really looking forward to see at Friday at 12 noon when registration closes, we're actually going to be in an Emerge meeting, properly social distance. At that time, I'm going to have a cinnamon roll baked by Naomi, and I'm going to have a brownie baked by Kathy. Next week, I will tell you whether or not they were in fact gourmet or they were gourmet. Okay?
Ooh, look at our ticker. That's so cool.
We're fancy.
Guys, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please share our videos. Follow us on Instagram. You would have heard mention of some of our previous episodes. Please just take a little time and go back, sit and relax and enjoy them. Do we have time for one more question? I think we have one more question. Have we given away everything?
No, we have Emerge things that we can give away.
So let's ask one more question.
Go ahead, Rashi.
I hate when that happens.
Right, I'm still like just staring at this ticker going across the screen.
Okay, I have
a question. Go ahead. Ask your question, Rashi.
I don't want to anymore.
What was the documentary? What was the documentary that we spoke about in our last session?
Oh, come on, guys. You guys have to get that. We spoke about 2, though.
No, not in our last session.
Oh, okay. Got you. True. Truths.
True.
Hey, I didn't realize that our guests are still logged in the private chat. Like conversation happening here. I'm like, why are they messages in the private chat?
And they're answering questions.
Nobody remembers the name of the documentary? Oh, no. Oh, yep. Yes, Kimberly.
Heidi. Oh, Heidi was first, though. But Heidi
was first.
Oh, yes, sorry. But Heidi won a prize already.
She did. Oh, God. Did Kimberly win a prize too? I feel like Kimberly could have won a prize.
No, Kimberly never won.
Nobody had a great comment. You know, I just want to mention, I have to put on my lawyer hat. There were actually no rules and regulations that had been promulgated for this particular segment.
We did.
Rules, they were not promulgated.
We said after
what is that?
I just want to say
that word. Spell that word you just said.
Promulgated. Promulgated. Promulgated.
Say it in a sentence.
There were no rules.
What's the origin?
Actually, after Tracy answered the second question after she won, you were the one, Miss Cameron,
No, I
Esquire,
didn't.
that said yes. That said yes.
Make me watch the video. Make me watch
Thank you,
the video.
Anya. Thank you, Anya. Thank you, Anya, very much. Thank you.
She didn't say that. That's not what she said. She never agreed with you.
Yes, she did.
No, she
Yes,
did.
She did. She did.
Catherine, I think it's a little pressure for baby brown.
9:59.
Thank you, everybody, for spending your Wednesday evening with us. Thank you to our emergers that joined.
Oh, sorry.
We apologize for Naomi's dog that has no manners. Veda is the name of that dog. So we'd like to thank Janice Allen for joining us, Simone Mahabeer, Kemoy, Kayan, Duhaney, all the way from New York. Hey, we have a lot of out-of-towners today. We had Janice from Galtiga Bay, and Alicia Taylor. Thank you, everybody, for joining us and for staying with us. We look forward to next week. Who are we having next week? We didn't talk about that.
We're not going to mention it. We don't normally mention it. We're going to talk about who made it better, the rolls or the brownies. And everybody is, as usual, going to look forward to following us on Instagram at Ready to Emerge so that they can know who will be our next guest. But it's going to be exciting. Guys, we just want to say a heartfelt thank you from all of us, the full team, Kathy, Nai, Rochelle, Keisha, and Alexi. We just want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend with us. You make it all worthwhile. And we just pray God's richest blessings over all of your lives and that you too will emerge and just continue emerging and growing and shining. We love you all. Thank you.
Thank you.